All right, so I want you guys to take a minute and let's kind of think back to what we know about right triangles and just triangles in general. So you know that the three angles in a triangle have to add up to 180 degrees. But when we have a right triangle, right, that right angle takes up 90 of it, so it takes up half. So our other two angles have to be complementary angles, right? And let's remember that complementary angles add up to 90. Right, so the other two angles in the triangle are going to add up to 90 degrees. So you may have noticed yesterday when we were working through some of these, the sine of one angle, right? So let's call this angle A. So let's just do this. So we have side A, B, and C. So the sine of angle A, right? So opposite is A over hypotenuse is C. But then if you take the cosine of angle B, right? So adjacent is A over hypotenuse is C. So this kind of shows you that sine and cosine are complementary functions to one another. So that means that the sine of one angle is going to be equal to the cosine of the complement of that angle. So even if we only know one angle, or know information about one angle in the triangle, we can figure out information about the other angle of the triangle by using these cofunctions. All right, so this is the cofunction chart that's in your book on page 15. So it tells you that sine and cosine are cofunctions of each other, right? So sine of one angle is cosine of another, cosine of one angle is sine of another. And so if you have a measurement for sine of A, so let's say we have the sine of 40, and you need to find what the cofunction of that would be. So it's equal to cosine of 90 minus 40, which would be the cosine of 50. So you just plug that angle value in to your formula, subtract it from 90 essentially, and that gives you your answer. So in your homework tonight, you have to find or write in terms of the appropriate cofunction. So it'll give you examples like this. It gives you like sine of 40, secant of something or other, right? So sometimes it just gives you a letter. I don't know what I did there. Yeah, so sometimes it's just going to give you a letter. So let's look at that one. So let's say we have secant of B, which I think is actually one of your problems, right? So the cofunction for secant is cosecant. So it's going to be cosecant of 90 minus B, right? You replace the A in the formula with whatever number or variable you get. So this would be your final answer because you can't actually subtract B from 90 without knowing what B is. So it's okay to write that there. So again, just replace your A with whatever the problem gives you and then simplify it as much as possible.